A person's skin color being mentioned in a conversation is not offensive. In talks with my friends, I mention the skin color or ethnicity of the person I'm talking about. It's just a descriptor, like height, hair color, etc. You're just making it easier to picture what the person looks like. There's nothing offensive about it, and if you do think that it's offensive, you're implying that the person's skin color is an insult. As an agree man, I black. I 100% agree. I believe the issue is when people not of a minority race, aka white people, don't know how to deal with it. Saying black or brown is not offensive, just as saying white is not offensive. When someone is unsure if black is offensive, they tend to get really awkward. I only mention race, nationality, or skin color as part of a story if it's relevant to the story. If you're not careful, you end up with headlines like 4 Polish men do crime, when what they mean is 4 assholes do crime. Their nationality wasn't relevant. But it changed the nature of the story to mention it. Dude, for reals, I have actually tested this. There was a group of guys being brothers, and I made a comment to some friends with me that the guy in the plaid shirt did something. I didn't say the black guy, but the people I was with acted like they didn't know who I was talking about, like seriously. The only dude wearing the orange plaid shirt, that guy. Nothing. Then I said, yeah, no, the black guy, and they all felt like assholes. It was a bit sad, but I learned that the most visible identifying factor is your body color, and to just roll W at these were colorblind friends to SMH. Yep, I've had white friends not sure how to describe a black person, trying to do everything to not say that black guy, which would be the easiest way to point said person out. Trying to explain clothes, height, hair type, eye color. It's pretty cringe-worthy. It's because of a lack of education around the right words to use, and there's a misconception that they'll be seen as racist if they use the wrong term. In fact, it's probably more racist to try and deny their color in that conversation. Of course, but if it is the only descriptor in a story given to me, then I start to question why it was even mentioned in the first place. This is especially true if it added nothing to the story or is just completely irrelevant. If it's not relevant, why mention it? My old boss always did this with her stories. I was at the diner and this Asian waitress asks what we want. We told her what we wanted, and then bam, this car gets T-boned pulling out of a spot right outside. Why was the waitress ethnicity important but not the type of car, it even what you ordered? I mean, if you're using it as a way to differentiate between several people, that's not racist, that's descriptive. But if it's just randomly thrown in, it's weird that that left such an impression on you. Doubly so if you use a term like Oriental or colored. I think there's also a difference of how you are describing someone who isn't present at the moment. Let's say you're telling a story to all of your white friends about something that happened earlier in the day at the mall. Some lady was doing XYZ. Why is it necessary to say this black lady, or this Hispanic lady, or this Asian lady did XYZ? Why can't it just be some lady? 'Cause I guarantee if the lady is white, you wouldn't say, some white lady at the mall. If you are black and with a group of all black friends, this white dude did so and so. When race isn't used as a descriptor to make it easier to point out someone in the vicinity, why is it used behind closed doors? As a Middle Eastern, I only mention the race or nationality when it's necessary. I've been told stories where someone would basically say all nationality are bad, then they say not you, of course, you're different, but it really doesn't make me feel better when they say that. You're still being xenophobic and excluding me because I'm there when you're talking about the matter doesn't change the fact or excuse it. Who the fuck thinks that's racist, right? I have 2 friends named Aaron. One is white, one is black. Therefore, black Aaron or white Aaron. The problem is when a man is just a man if he's white, the majority in America at least, and another race needs to be qualified, often with no reason for such qualification. Obviously, there are times when it helps to qualify and add more description. I agree, provided you are actually describing the person. I think the clear distinction is when you refer to someone's skin color/ethnicity in circumstances where you wouldn't describe, point out their skin color, them if they were white, or you're not actually describing them, e.g. you point out their ethnicity but no other distinguishing features, and it's clear you're not actually trying to paint a picture of the person. Basically, I think the distinction is this: if you wouldn't point out that someone is Caucasian, you're probably not actually describing their appearance, so don't point out if they're not. And if you do think that it's offensive, you're implying that the person's skin color is an insult. This "you're the real racist" shit is so stupid. They aren't racists for calling you racists even if you disagree or even if we pretend you are right. They at worst could be wrong, but this stretch is idiotic. What's more, you leave a lot of room in there for you actually being racist and misunderstanding why they called you racist. If you state the race where it doesn't need stating, where it could be interpreted that you are implying something racist, then you are being racist, and that's likely what you were called out for. For example, the damn Mexican border jumper hopped the fence is racist as fuck, but on this subreddit you'd just say, but I'm just being descriptive. Learn the difference and stop complaining about people calling you out for being a piece of shit. It's obnoxious because they, my mom and grandma, don't do it when it's a white person. They only do it when it's someone of color. Yeah, but when you use descriptors like one guy was overweight, the other really short, and the last one was black. That's kind of fucked up. That's all you gathered from that experience: is he thin or tall? Why do I have to picture him as black? How is that at all relevant to height and weight descriptions? I don't know if it's racist, but unless you're telling a story where being black changes the nature of the interaction the person being described had experienced, it's superfluous. I.e., if the dude in the story is dealing with a racist cop, I feel like specifying that he's black could change the tone of the story and make it more pointed.